Hi, my name is Macon, and today I'm going to be showing you a card magic trick called Triumph. It's a very popular trick, and I'm sure you'll use it in your everyday routines. It's a very powerful trick, and people like it a lot. Now, the kind of deck that I use for this trick is a Bicycle Masters Edition Riderback Red. It's a very highly recommended deck by professional magicians and by me. You can purchase them at www.illusionist.com. That's where I buy all my merchandise, including decks and tricks. Alright, so check it out after the video. So for the card trick Triumph, what you want to do for starting out, if you're at a table or you pretty much have to have a table in front of you. So what you want to do is just want to spread the cards, and you want to ask them to pick a card. So let's just say they pick this card right here. I'm not going to look at it, but you can. Alright. Then you want to make sure that the card stays on the top. You want to put it on the top, but then you want to make it look like it gets lost into the deck. So you might want to do false shuffle or two. And then another kind of shuffle that I use, it's a false shuffle, is you take the bottom half like this, then you take a middle half, and you put the bottom half on the top, and then the middle on the top, and that keeps the same card on top. Alright, so on with the trick. There's a little story that you can go along with, where you say, I was showing this trick to another friend of mine a few days ago, and after I let them pick their card, they said, I've already seen too many of these tricks. I pick a card and you find it. It's not very magical. So I said, well, how about if I show you a real magic trick? And he said, how are you going to do that? So I gave him the deck and I said, how about you set it up and you tell me what to do and I'll do it. So he said, that's really fair. So he took the top half of the deck and he put it to the right. Then he took the left half and flipped it over. Now just to see if everything was right in the deck, spread out the cards. When he sees that everything is just right, he takes both halves and he bridges them just like this. Alright? Now, puts the cards together and he hands it back to me. Now, I start looking through this deck, right? And I see that some cards are face up. See that some cards are face down. You see that some cards are face down, face up, cards that are back to back. Now, so I asked him, what do you want me to show you with this trick? And he told me that he wanted me to make all the cards facing one way and find my card at the same time. I thought about this and I knew it was going to be very hard to pull off. So what I did is I just took a half of the deck and I just gave it a little flip just like that. And then I put the deck down for a second and I thought, how am I going to make all the cards face one way and find this card at the same time? And then I remembered what a magician once told me, that if I just concentrate really hard, just snap my fingers, everything will go just right. And just like that, all of the cards were facing one way, except their card, which was the 3 of spades. Now, that's the performance of the trick. Now I'm going to show you how it's done. So just like I did before, you want to fan out the cards and you want them to pick a card. Alright, for this time it's going to be this card, and I'll just look at it for this time to a close. Alright. Now I'm going to skip the shuffling for this time, because I already showed you how to do that. So you just keep it on top, then you want to tell the story. You're going to say, a few days ago I was showing this trick to a friend of mine, and he wanted me to show him something more magical than just pick a card and I'll find it. So you want to make sure that you put the top half to the right, and you flip over the bottom half. And then you want to say, and then he fan the decks just like this, just to see if everything was right. And since it is, you want to take, and then you want to say he took both halves, just bridge them right like this, right on the corners. You want to do it real light. And you you want to make sure, you see, it's not that far in. You want to make sure that the last face-up card is right under the top face-down card, which is their card. You can see that. Alright, so then what you want to do is you just want to pull up. You'll hear that snap just like that, and all the cards, and then you want to push it in. So really, what you created is their cards on top. The first half is face up, the bottom half is face down. So you didn't really do much with the deck. So then you want to, so what they're thinking though is that you flipped over, that half the deck now is face up, but it's face up, the order of the cards are now face up, face down, and so on and so on. So what you want to do is, you want to say, he gave the deck back to me and I started to look through it. Now there were some face-up cards, you just pick up anywhere on the top half, face up. There were some face-down cards. Now if you can see that, the top half is darker because they're facing a different way. So it should be pretty easy to find the point where they're back-to-back, and then you want to say, and then there's cards that are back-to-back. And then if you want, if you can't find it really easily, you want to make a thumb cut, where you just push the flesh of that thumb piece right there to keep the place in the deck. It's very hard to recognize from a spectator's point of view. So then you want to say, now he told me that he wanted me to make all the cards facing one direction again and find his card at the same time. So then you say, I'm going to take half the deck, and you just flip it over just like this. So really, all the cards are set one way, except theirs, because theirs was face down on the top of the deck. So sometimes I like to do it, flip it this way, so that their card will be facing, where is it? Face down, so they don't know that it's their card at first. So then you pretty much right here, you have everything done, so you can just say whatever you want. But I like to say, the magician once told me that if you just concentrate real hard and snap your fingers, everything in the trick will go right. So then you want to fan out the cards, and if you're doing it this way, and they see that card, you can say, when I fanned it out, the person said, oh look, you messed up. And then you say, no, I didn't mess up. You said you wanted me to make all the cards facing one way, and find your card. And the card facing the opposite direction will be their card. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to be performing some other tricks for people to see, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And it's called Triumph, and my name is David Macon, and thanks for watching again.